Welcome back to my channel. I am so beyond excited for today's video because we are decorating for fall, which I did not get to do last year, and it has been a reoccurring theme on this channel for probably about 4 or 5 years now, doing a fall decorating video. And I didn't get to do it last year because I was actually in the process of moving and working on this house and trying to get stuff in order to actually move in. And I actually ended up going through the bins in the basement of decor, and everything that I have is Christmas decor. So I really don't have too much fall, but we are going to do what we can with it. And I also have a few DIY projects that I'm going to be sharing with you guys because I realized I didn't have a bunch of fall decor, so I wanted to make some really cute candles and then also a wreath. And the wreath turned out so good. I'm looking at it right here. I don't think it could have looked better, honestly. So we are going to be decorating for fall, and I actually asked you over on Instagram what video you guys wanted to see this week, and I also missed doing that. I felt like I was in such a flow of like pumping out process videos of different spaces, and I actually have, just giving you guys a little lowdown, finished another room in the home, which is going to be coming out on the channel shortly. And I actually have also finished another space behind the scenes that's going to be coming to the channel shortly. So we have some makeovers coming along, but we are working in fall today, and I've been blabbing quite a bit, but I do just have 2 quick shameless little plugs that I do want to add in here. The first one being that our next vintage drop over on lonefox.com, this has been probably like 6 or 7 months since the second one that we did. The next one's on October 22nd at 10 a.m. So if you just want to mark your calendars, October 22nd, 10 a.m. right on Lone Fox. You can shop right there when it goes live. And the second thing I want to say is that we got so many incredible fall florals over on the website, ranging from wreaths to stems to floral picks to garlands. There's a ton of really great fall items. There's even like stems with velvet pumpkins on them, and it's such great quality as well. So if you're in the market for any of that, I'm gonna link it below, but we have some decorating to do, some DIYs to create, and I cannot wait to start. So let's just dive on, and I'm probably gonna start with the bookcase over on this side. I'm thinking we can add some elements. Something I'll say is that this living room is a bit challenging to film in because we have the stained glass here and just the different lightings in all directions. It's kind of challenging to balance on the camera, but we are going to add a little bit of fall to these bookcases because I mean, they already kind of have a fall vibe to them because I use a lot of warm tone books throughout, but I do have a couple of particular kind of fall themed pieces that I'd love to add to them. So let me grab some. I have some pumpkins. I adore pumpkin. I love when pumpkins are kind of non-traditional in like a rattan or a glass, when they just have a different vibe to them. And I love these glass ones. I got these ones this year from Pottery Barn, but in the past I've gotten glass ones from Target that I love. And I thought just adding those, I actually want to grab those Target ones. I like one up here because he's so cute. I got this red-footed bowl recently at a little vintage sale. It's $5. It's really cute, so we can add it. It doesn't fit. What if we swap the top? Over on the left side, it's kind of looking like this at the moment, which usually I have the shelves probably a little more empty, but I think it's kind of cute. I like the large pumpkin. At first I wasn't sure if it was too big. And then over on this right side, I actually popped this tree in here before filming because if you remember in my last video, I actually had a really pretty maple tree in here, but we ended up bringing that one outside because it was an outdoor plant. And I have this from my previous space, probably like a 9-foot olive tree. I got it on Wayfair, so if it's still available, I will link it for you guys. But behind it, you can't really see much of the decor, which I don't mind because it's kind of more so a layer. And I think I might swap out something down here. I think there's something with this basket and this pumpkin that just feel too large next to each other, so I'm actually gonna swap the basket to this little Turkish confit jar. I got this at Olive Atelier, and it has some little faux stems in there, and I think that will be a cute little touch. This is my new floor lamp, and I love it. I love the modern kind of touch and feel that it adds to the space because, as you know, this living room is the one that I'm kind of leaving a lot of vintage in and making really feel the most authentic to the house. Well, I am for all the rooms attempting to. However, this one's the most. And in here, I thought this would be nice just to add a little modern touch, and I'll link it below for you. That's our little floor lamp. I was in the mood to DIY a couple of fall projects. Now, I actually used a new camera when I filmed these DIYs, and this is why I never switch cameras. Like, I'm still using my original camera I started off this channel with, because I switched to the new one and it filmed the footage just slightly out of focus. I don't know why, because everything looked so in focus, but I did create the most stunning fall wreath on camera for you guys. Like, I did a whole DIY project. Thought it could be fun to actually put this in the little alcove here above the fireplace, just because I never know what to put in here. And I thought we can sit this just kind of on the shelf. Kind of looks like a little bird's nest almost in the fireplace. To create this wreath, I actually ended up using a bunch of different dried florals and faux florals that I found at World Market, and currently they're all on sale, which is really nice. And this is where I found the most options. So they had a ton of different variety, including these moss ones that I really love. These are my favorite ones that I found. And then I used a grapevine wreath base that I just got at Michael's craft store. Don't forget to use a coupon when you buy that. And these are the mossy ones. I just absolutely love how they look when you place them on top. So I ended up grabbing 3 of these, and I will link all of the ones I could find for you in the description box below that I used for this project. This here was another faux floral that I got at World Market, and I just love the variety that they had. This one here actually was from Target, so I'll see if I could find that one, because I got this one on sale as well, but I got it like a month ago. I had it in my stash though. I pulled it out because look at the color it added. I just think that looks so great, and I'm using my little multi-tool. I love this so much. My dad actually got it for me for Christmas last year, and I have used it so much this year. I say it was one of my most used tools for sure. I'm using hot glue and this tool to just press the different stems into the actual grapevine wreath itself. The nice thing about the grapevine wreath is it's kind of like a tightly woven grapevine wreath essentially, and so you can actually press the floral stems, the wire from them, down into the wreath and use a little bit of hot glue just to secure them in as you go around. It's really kind of challenging to explain exactly what I'm doing on this wreath, because all I did for this first step was lay down a couple of faux floral stems exactly how they came and glued them on. It really kind of filled out the wreath and made it look so beautiful just as is. Here I'm going in with some of those dried florals that I got at World Market as well, and I just kind of broke them apart. I'm using little pieces here and little pieces there, kind of having some come out of different areas, but there really is something nice about creating kind of a sparseness, and these curly willow branches really added this kind of sparse feeling to the wreath. I added these on the outside of the wreath and had them kind of sticking out in a bunch of different directions, and I feel like it gave the wreath a little bit more volume. I just am so happy with how this turned out. Coffee table needs situated, and sofa also needs situated. As you can see, they've very much been in use lately. I'm gonna add a few throw pillow covers to some of my previous inserts, and I want to share with you a few of my favorites. These again are all from Pottery Barn. I will tell you guys, I did a little Pottery Barn project with them over on Instagram. They were kindly gifted, but I love them. Like, look at this leather pillow. It's so nice. This one as well kind of has this nice tattered print. This one here is my absolute favorite, especially for fall and winter. I feel like this woven suede is really nice. It's giving Bottega Veneta, but not the price point, you know? So, like even, pretty.
To the tallest view from your place on the second floor. Sounded out house? Was it just like you had before? Savior pulled from an open mouth. Did you want to be something more?
Whenever I share these painted taper candles, I always get questions on them, and they are so cute. I have a set in here, and then I also have a set in the breakfast nook when I did that makeover. And I thought to myself, why don't we attempt to DIY some of these taper candles for the fall time and just swap them out? I mean, these are totally fall appropriate, but I kind of wanted to do some with some fall iconography on them. So maybe like some mushrooms and, I don't know, some cute little elements. So let's give it a try. For these little painted taper candles, I picked up some tapers at a local shop in Los Angeles called Coop. It's such a cute store if you have the chance to go by. I'm also going to be using just some basic acrylic paint and some small paint brushes as well, but you can use really any taper candle or paint that you'd like. I'm going to first start off with these orange ones here, and I decided to do sort of a floral block printy motif on these ones. So I started off by creating the stem, and I decided that I was going to do the stem first and add as many as I felt was necessary to fill up the full length of the taper. So I kind of twisted it as I went around, and something I did was elevated it with my left hand like this, and then just twisted it and kind of just painted with my right hand. It never really moved. It was more so the candle that moved, if that makes sense. So next what I'm doing is kind of creating two little tendrils coming off the top of our stem, which I didn't know what was going to be, but I decided I was just going to make it shape. Then I mixed up a little bit of green paint, and I'm going to be creating some leaves here. Now, I will tell you, if you want to start off by practicing on a spare taper, definitely do so. That's what I did before filming this video, so you can kind of get it down. But something I'll say is you do want to use a good amount of paint. The extra paint kind of creates more of a painterly look on the candle, but it also gives it more of a texture when you're all done and it dries down. So then I'm going back in with the white paint and kind of adding more of a floral shape to the top of our little stems there. And then I added a little brown line in the center of each of those, which looked like this in the end, and I think it looks so cute. Next, we're moving on to our mushrooms, which are going on this yellow candle. I had to do mushrooms when I saw this yellow candle, so I'm starting off with a little mushroom cap, and I'm just using kind of a burgundy brick red paint color to start off, and I'm just drawing the mushroom cap first. So I'm kind of doing an oblong random blob. Just keep in mind that it should kind of be a little bit more wider than taller, I'd say, but mushrooms come in all shapes and sizes, so feel free to do exactly whatever mushroom cap shape you'd like. And then once that dries down, I went in with the mushroom base, which I used a vintagey white colored paint to just do kind of a little rounded rectangular blob. Then I used the back of the paintbrush to actually dot on the little dots on the mushrooms, and this one took me like maybe 8 minutes, 10 minutes to do, and it turned out so cute. Like, imagine these down the center of a little dinner party table for fall. I think those would be so much fun. And then for our last one, I did a little branch that had some yellow berries on it. It was supposed to be like a berry branch. I could say this probably wasn't my favorite, but I mean, it turned out really cute still. I did some brown paint. I just wish I had a more opaque brown because I went over the top with black, and that's where I feel like I kind of ruined it a little bit. But then I saved it with the goldenrod. I went in with some yellow and added the dots, and I just did a whole ton of them, and it really kind of saved it, I'll say. The yellow mixed with that blue candle base is just honestly a chef's kiss. I love that color palette. I think that concludes our fall decorating video, which I'm kind of sad. Like, I need more fall decor. Something this video has told me is I have no fall decor at all. I don't know where it went. I lost it in the move. It's missing. I absolutely loved filming this. It felt so good doing a seasonal little video for once because I have not done one in such a while. So if you guys like to see more, even for fall time, like I could maybe do something for around Thanksgiving. I did a tablescape video, I believe 2 years back. And if you'd like another one or anything relating to Thanksgiving, but of course we're gonna have Christmas content this year as well. And for Christmas, we are going more out than for fall time. But I think when I moved, I ended up actually donating some of the decor that I had. And I love the wreath so much, the way that it turned out. That will probably end up moving around a couple times, I feel like. Like maybe it'll go downstairs for a little, but let me know what your favorite area or DIY project was that we decorated today. And I will catch you all in my next one. Do not forget to mark your calendar for the next vintage drop, which I'll put all the information on the screen here, and to shop the new fall arrivals over on Lone Fox, which we have a bunch of really pretty stems and florals, wreath making supplies, there's garlands, there's quite a bit over on the site. And so give it a tap. I'll put at the top of the description box below for you, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye everyone, and I hope you're having an incredible fall so far.